Hello folks, Midwest F-150 here. I am so sorry for the lack of content lately. Unfortunately, there are a few life events that came up and it's been really difficult to find the time to work on the channel, but I'm still here. I'm doing good. I'm doing okay. I did want to make this video to give you guys an update on my brother's 2011 Nissan Sentra. So for those who are new to the channel, back in November of 2024, this Sentra started throwing the P0011 timing to advanced code. Essentially what that means is that the timing is too advanced. That can be due to a bad tensioner, a stretched chain, among other things. And so as a Hail Mary attempt to fix it, we ended up starting using the Valvoline Restore Protect 5W30. And after a couple thousand miles, the timing chain code went away. Unfortunately, the thing that hasn't gone away is the oil consumption. I really think it's probably due to the low tension on the rings and ultimately causing oil to slip through. It is a 2011 after all, and so with all the wear and tear that it's gone through, it makes sense that it's burning oil, but I've been unofficially testing the Restore and Protect to see if it can actually help with the oil consumption. And so to put into perspective what we're losing, we've been burning a quart of oil for every 500 miles traveled. And so about 500 miles ago, I filled it up to the full mark. So essentially on the dipstick, there's two holes, one hole for the full and then the bottom hole for the empty. And so every time I fill it up, I'm pouring in a quart in and then it gets up to that upper hole. So within this current interval, we are currently 1,500 miles. And so about 500 miles ago was when I poured a quart in. So in this video, we're gonna take a look at the oil level and then see what that looks like. And if it's low, then we'll add oil. I did wanna take a moment to just chat through all the different things that I've done in order to address the oil consumption issue. So ran AT205, which is an oil additive. It's a plasticizer intended to help with the seals and ultimately help with oil consumption. So that didn't help. I did like 2 treatments of those, of that bottle, and ended up being really expensive and it didn't help at all. And then I started using a product called Engine Restore. They make a bottle for 6-cylinder engines and then a bottle for 4-cylinder engines. I ended up running an entire bottle of the 4-cylinder and that didn't really help. It was really thick stuff and it took a really long time to pour in there, but ultimately it didn't really help our situation with the oil consumption. You might be asking, bro, did you change the PCV valve? Yeah, I changed it. I replaced the valve cover gasket, changed the PCV hose. For the longest time, I've been telling folks that if burning oil is just part of the ownership, that's fine. But with the price of oil going up lately, and I mean, I hope it doesn't go up more than it already is, but that's going to be a game changer in how we approach this whole situation. But yeah, that's kind of the context of it all. And if you want to join me in my journey and see where this goes, consider subscribing. All right, let's get to it. All right, before we get into it, I do want to take a second to thank our members of the channel. We got Will Hutton, Nunez Racing, Bart, Becca, Joe Arnone, Mr. 3Phase228, Tony Seed, Luke and F-150, Cesar, Tylo, Mango Enjoyer Soba, Jace Hopper, and special recognition to our friend Cars Are Friends. He is a Prime Oil Change sponsor. He also has a YouTube channel. Make sure to check it out if you haven't already. He's doing a lot of cool and interesting tests on motor oil and just a sweet guy overall. So make sure to check out his channel. But hey, thank you members for all the support you provided over the years. It really goes a long way in helping offset some of the maintenance costs associated with the vehicles within my family. So thank you. All right, let's go ahead and check that oil level. So we got this dipstick right here. As I mentioned, the dipstick has those 2 holes, so you can see it right there, upper hole, bottom hole. Last time I filled it up about 500 miles ago, I got it to that upper hole. So we're gonna go ahead, dip this in there and see where it's at. Oh my gosh. It's not even at the bottom hole, like it's all the way down there, probably at this tip right here. So we've been burning a lot of oil and this is probably going to take a little bit over a quart in order to fill up. Oh man, the oil has gotten dark. Again, it's only 1,500 miles and a little bit of history. There were moments in our ownership of this vehicle where we ran extended and that's just the truth of it. but ever since we learned about the cons of running extended, we've been trying to stay on top of it. In fact, I think I haven't let this vehicle go past 2,500 miles on an oil change since taking over its maintenance. All right, so next thing we're gonna do is grab our oil filling tool. So I don't know if you guys are big fans of this, but I got this funnel, which allows me to measure out the amount of oil that goes inside the vehicle. So this thing itself is about, I don't know, 30 bucks on Amazon, and it has hash marks on the side there so that you can properly measure out how much oil you put in. And then when you buy the kit, it actually comes with a set of adapters so that you can have it attached to your make and model. So for the Sentra, it's this one on there. It labels, let's see if you guys can see it. Yeah, it mentions Honda and Nissan. What we're going to do is grab this adapter, and then we're going to place it where the oil fill cap is. And then open this guy. And then this adapter just goes right on to where the oil fill port is. And then with that adapter installed, you can then put your funnel on, and then it just rests just like that. Based on my experience with the oil consumption, we're gonna need a quart of oil, which will bring us to about right here. So I'm gonna go ahead, grab the bottle of Valvoline Restore and Protect. Okay, so here's our bottle of Valvoline Restore and Protect. Give it a little shake. And I'm gonna go ahead and get it to 1 quart. And of course, you gotta make sure the valve is closed so you're not just pouring oil in there. So there it is. That's our 1 quart mark. And then I'm gonna go ahead and open the valve. There we go. And then there's the oil. So, you know, it helps take some of the guessing game around how much oil you put in. I know there's like a little indicator on the side of the bottle, but I don't know. My eyes are bad. I can't see it sometimes. All right, we'll give the oil a moment to settle inside the pan before checking the level again. All right, the oil's now had a chance to settle. We're gonna go ahead and put the dipstick in there to see where it reads, or what it reads. All right, look at that. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it is like slightly under the midway point there. And so we're gonna need at least another half of a quart in order to get it close to that upper fill mark. Oh my goodness. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and close this, and then I'm gonna go and pour it to half a quart. So based on what I'm seeing so far, you guys, it looks like the Sentra is now burning more than a quart of oil, which is a little bit insane here. So this is going to put it at 1.5 quarts. We'll give it some time to settle and then check the level again. All right, the oil has now had a chance to settle. Let's go ahead and check that level. Okay, look at that. We are right at the upper hole. So in the last 500 miles, we burned 1.5 quarts of oil. Oh my goodness. It's insane. Yeah, that is real. Wow. Well, well, I'm gonna put this stuff away and then we can debrief. You might be wondering, okay, well, dude, your car's burning oil and it's now even burning more oil. Like, what's the point in all this? Yes, great question. We're all wondering that same thing. And I didn't just make this long video to lead to nothing. About 1,500 miles ago, I did open up the valve cover in order to see what it looks like. And I took before pictures. In about 8,000 miles, we're gonna take everything out again and then see what it looks like. So we have a before and after picture. I think it'll be interesting to see what the Restore Protect is capable of across 10,000 miles. But from a Nissan Sentra standpoint, it still drives, you guys. Transmission's great, AC works, heat works, everything is good. It's just that oil consumption thing, and when that oil consumption happens, it's actually coding the catalytic converter and triggering the P0420 code. And as a result, it does burn more gas. But it's still a vehicle with over 200,000 miles now, and it doesn't make sense to overhaul unless I can find the time to learn how to rebuild this thing. And I don't know, I don't feel like we're any step closer to that, but for the time being, we're gonna continue going as is, and if it burns more oil, then so be it, assuming oil prices don't go too high. But I am still curious about its cleaning ability. Bear in mind, we are running the Valvoline Restore Protect in my truck, as well as my brother's Acura TLX. If anything, this will be a good data point on what it's doing for our other vehicles within the family. All right, well, hey, make sure to check out the video description. There's a lot of stuff that I listed out on what I did to attack this oil consumption issue. I don't want to spend more time than I have in order to list everything out, but hey, if you enjoy this video, make sure to subscribe. And for our existing subscribers, viewers, and members, sorry about the lightness in content. I need to get my life together a little bit here, and we'll figure out a path forward that works for all of us. All right, folks. Well, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye now. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. On this channel, I'm on a mission to reach 500,000 miles on my 2021 F-150. Along the way, you can expect regular updates, in-depth product reviews, live streams, and more. Subscribe now to stay up to date and be part of the journey.